Hey guys, Andrew here from Blackout. Today I'm going to show you how to put together your own perfect low light kit or blackout kit or portable lighting kit in something like this, a grab and go bag. So there are only three main things that you need to think about, which is your primary light, your secondary light, and your companion tools, and then a bunch of other things which I'm going to show you as I unbox this blackout kit. Alright, there's a lot of talk about being prepared and preppers at home. What would you do in an emergency situation? You've seen how crazy the world is now, so what can we do in Singapore get prepared in terms of lockdown or blackout where emergency services go down? So us being Nightcore, of course we put together a low light kit to solve all your low light problems. Okay, so whether you use this as an emergency kit or for your daily work, right, the system or framework that I'm going to show you on how to pick your lights and how to make everything work together to overlap each other is the same. It's the same system we use to consult the security forces, military, police. So now I'm going to show you how to use the same system to build your own blackout kit or perfect low light kit from home. Alright, first up, this is the NDP10 tactical pouch. Okay, it's a grab and go kit. Then you can store it anywhere in your car, vehicle, your home, your office. So why have a pouch like this, right? So a lot of guys have spent a lot of time and money collecting the the perfect EDC kit. They got the flashlight, they got knives, they got pen, they got all kinds of stuff. But then they have it lying all over the place. So when an emergency really strikes, right, they can't find their stuff. There's all over the place. When you open your drawer, it's dark, you can't find your thing. So always have it in a kit like this that you can just grab and go. So even if you use the same kit daily for your work, and then it's like Monday to Friday you use the kit, and then on the weekends you change to another bag, a going out bag, with your kids and all that, just take this out of your working bag, just put it in your weekend bag, and then you're good to go, right? There's no fuss over retooling and all that kind of things. So that's one of the reasons people have it in pouches like this. Of course, you may not have it in all lighting gear. You can also have your first aid kits in pouches like this, your passport, travel, wallet, in case your house on fire. The first thing you grab is this, grab and go. This one is a grab and go bag. Okay. Alright, so the three things that I mentioned earlier, the first one is your primary light. So what goes into a primary light? I'm going to show you which primary light that I chose for this kit. So on the back here you can see this is how it's laid out in the main compartment. First is the primary light, which is the MH12 version 2. 1200 lumens, this one does. So why the MH12 version 2 as your primary light? Because for a few reasons, it runs on the new 21700 battery, which is this one. In today's market, of today's world, this is the most value for money, highest capacity, most modern battery, and most future-proof battery. Okay, so because it's being mass produced, the price of these are dropping drastically. Alright, this is actually cheaper than a typical 18650 battery, and it lets you reach that 1000 lumens. Okay, so in today's world, the minimum flashlight you should go for is about 800 to 1000 lumens. That gives you enough flash to light up whatever you need to see, and also blind any kind of threat or attacker, or perfect mix of modern day capacity, brightness, beam distance, and also it is USB-C rechargeable. So later on in the pack, I'm going to show you all the kinds of recharge options that I've packed in here. First up is the SCL10 when it comes to battery pack. Alright, this is the one. This is actually a lantern light and a power bank on the back. So this is a 10,000 mAh power bank, and on the front 40 to 800 lumen lantern light, super long run time. Okay, this lasts 40 lumens like this for 14 days without any recharge or all that. So it lasts you a very long time. On the front pouch, I have double carbon power banks here. Alright, so this fits very nicely in here. These are all even more 10,000 mAh power banks. Like combined with this gives you about 2 months worth of runtime. If you're completely out of power, you can use all of this to charge your this, or you can use this to also charge your this. So you see, in terms of battery management, power management, you must have a kit that allows you to recharge your primary light easily, even if you can't find a working USB port outside. If electricity breaks down, you have your own self-sustaining kit that can last you about 1 to 2 months. So that's it for the primary light. We go on to the secondary light. I have it here, is the MT2A. Okay, and so what goes into a secondary light? The main consideration is the battery type. Okay, the secondary light battery must be different from your primary light. Okay, so imagine the scenario where your primary light fails for whatever reason and you can no longer charge it because you ran out of all the power banks for 2 months, you're out of power. you can still use the MT2A because this runs on AA batteries. So AA batteries are easy to find everywhere. You know, if you've seen the Alive show on Netflix, the guy is in a zombie lockdown, he had to scavenge through his neighbor's house, you know, to hunt for things and find stuff. So AA batteries, you can find them in the clocks, remote controls, and so this is a backup light for when your primary light fails, your primary light battery also fails. This is your backup, your secondary light, okay? Now the last one we go to is our companion tools, which are these. So if you realize here, I have 2 times tip SEs. Okay, these are small enough for you to carry around. You need to run and gun without, let's say, without your pouch, or you don't have your primary and secondary light with you, you always carry your companion tools with you. These are small enough to fit on a keychain. Companion tools basically cover the 3 senses that you lose when in darkness, which is your sense of sight, to see or be seen. Second one is your sound, hearing, to get attention or be heard. And last one is a force multiplier. So when in darkness, you need some kind of self-defense application. So from the front part, when you put this out, I have there whistle to cover the sound, and a tiny carbide blade here for opening cardboard boxes. And the whole thing is tied to a titanium carabiner here, which you can remove and grab and go with you, you know, when you need to leave your main bag behind. This is one of the best companion tool setup. You can also replace the carbon knife with something like this, and TP21. Alright, a simple pen with a glass breaker tip. This also serves as a self-defense tool when you hold it like this. Right there. Perfect companion tools that fit in your Blackout kit. Also realize this tip SE is USB rechargeable. Alright, so again, I can use my huge stash of, you know, power banks to charge my primary light and my companion tools. And I carry 2 because, you know, I have family members. I can also pass them each 1 companion tool, and while I use a primary light, and then they can clip this on a hat, something like this. Alright, they can use it hands-free there. Okay, one of the best things about the tip SE as well, if you have it on a cap, you can actually expose the USB port and connect it to a power bank. Okay, so the tip SE has the ability to be on and be charged at the same time. So you can literally power your tip SE with this power bank while you're out. So you can be wearing this, alright, out. This can be in your back pocket, anywhere, and then you run a USB cable in through the ear, down to the back. Then you have a 10,000 milliampere tiny hands-free headlamp for you to do any kind of emergency work without having a headlamp. That's incredibly versatile and very, very useful, okay? Lantern lights for the primary MH12 V2. So this is how it looks like. Alright, so lantern diffuser for lighting up entire rooms of that. You also have your traffic cone, orange light for signaling, waving down, that kind of use. This is a 25mm diffuser. So this is a hot spotlight. Pop this on and it becomes a soft floodlight. Apart from the power banks, of course, you must have your different charging cables, micro USB, USB-C, and of course put in your lightning cables. Okay, NU05 beacon light. Okay, so this is for when I need to be visible, function as a beacon, which works as well. Then you'll be visible. Okay, this has red, green, blue, white. So a bunch of different lights that could be useful in, you know, various situations. Okay, so you've seen how everything comes together. It has to have a primary light that runs on best batteries that you can find today, highest capacity. Of course, secondary light, which has to use a different battery than your primary light. And last is your companion tools to replace your 3 senses you lose when you're in the dark: your sense of sight, sound, and a force multiplier. So force multipliers are, you know, these kind of self-defense tools. How are you going to power everything? Okay, this is a mainly USB-based recharge system. Okay, that's why I have 3 power banks here, 30,000 milliamperes to charge. You know, I can charge this primary light 6 times, or I can charge this tip SE about 37 times. Okay, I can also charge my, you know, your mobile devices, your emergency walkie-talkies, of course, whatever communication devices that you also have apart from all of this, your low light kit. Alright, so you can also build a kit based on AA batteries. Nothing is stopping you from doing that. Then you start to have, you know, these kind of lights like the LA10, which are your lantern slash flashlight kind of setup. Okay, so you can have multiple of this, multiple of your main AA lights for a AA kind of a blackout kit. If you're in some countries that, you know, AA batteries are way easier to find than a USB port, you know, then you would rejig your kit. Instead of, you know, power banks, maybe you put in spare primary AAs. So that's it. I hope you find this useful. It's something to think about when you put together your own kit for your work, blackout kit, your vehicle kit even, right? So always think about these 3 layers. So even if you already have lights at home, I know some of you have a ton of lights in boxes, in drawers, all of that. So now you can sort of look at your lights and, okay, so I have a bunch of lights here. This kind of light falls as into your primary lights. This kind of lights fall into my secondary light. So I pick this up and go into my kit. Okay, so now you have a framework to sort of pick and sort through lights into how they can help you put together a kit. Okay, that's it. If you want to see a different kind of kit, maybe if you want me to put together a long distance kit, long distance beam kit, so how would that look like? Right, we haven't done anything like that yet. So if you want to see something like this, or if you want to suggest any different kinds of kit, just comment below. And if you do put together your own kit, please do share in the comments and our Facebook group as well on how it looks like, what items you chose. And that's it. MJ signing out.